You're watching Two Button Crew.
Go power up, dudes! Yeah!
Today is the most we've ever had reason to fist bump. Nintendo fans, unite. Actually, it was a fist pump, not a fist bump. There we go. Now we got it all. Also, welcome crew member Ryan.
Hello. Good to be back.
Thank you.
Yes.
We have an exciting discussion today. The March 8th Nintendo Direct.
So good.
Yeah.
Dynamite says what direct?
Dynamite might have a little bit of homework to do before he watches this, or it's fine. We'll show you.
Yeah, we're going to catch you up on everything you need to know that's important.
This Nintendo Direct right on your screen. Yeah. So this happened at 2 p.m. in our time zone, and I was like, I can stall taking my lunch break until 2 p.m. And it said it was going to be 30 minutes, so there I sat until it was like 29 minutes and 50 seconds, and I'm like, oh, another Splatoon announcement. And I literally stood up to go clock back in when this started happening. And what was your experience, Simeon?
My experience was kind of sad because I didn't watch the Direct live. You told me to watch the Direct.
Yep.
Just the last minute because I didn't have time to watch it all. As I was going to click on the video, I got the email from Nintendo.
Really?
Yeah, saying Smash Bros. for Switch.
I told you to do it before anybody spoiled it.
I know, but like an email notification pop up, and normally I'm just like, archive because I don't read my emails. Just archive them.
Well, that explains a lot.
But yeah. Anyway, it was a little bit spoiled for me, but it was still so hyped to see. I didn't know how they were going to present it.
Yeah.
And they did so in the best way possible. But we're going to get to that. We're going to talk about that. Do we want to talk about... Do we want to run down the list, see all the stuff they talked about? Because they talked about some cool stuff.
Yeah. Ryan, what was your experience with the Direct?
Overall, I thought it was really good. Like Simeon, I had it spoiled for me because I was out with my family during the Direct. And I was like, I'll watch it when I get home. And then Glenn even posted the link for us. So I was like, oh, cool, I won't get anything spoiled. And then, in comes that email right there in the title. Thanks, Nintendo.
I might have to unsubscribe from Nintendo's emails, honestly.
They get like 100 unsubscribers after announcing Smash 5. Like, what?
Yeah.
But is it Smash 5? We should come back to that.
Yeah, we'll
come back to that.
Yes.
They also talked about Mario Tennis Aces, and they said that would be one of the main focuses. There's a huge Splatoon 2 update.
That looks really, really cool.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I liked the trailer. Cool music. The squid's skirt was falling off her hips and she never pulled it up, so
it was really funny because I was watching it on our big TV in our living room, and my wife walks by like right as that starts playing. She's like, what in the world are you watching?
I know.
I was like, all I said was, it's Japanese, you wouldn't understand. And she goes, okay, and keeps walking.
Yep.
That is the greatest response.
The director of this trailer was pretty much like, okay, Squid Girl, get up, act all dazed, walk from point A to point B, and see how many times you can swing your hips from left to right. Just see if you can reach like 200 swings while making eye contact with as many iconic Splatoon characters as possible. And that was pretty much her whole job.
Yep. Mission accomplished.
Yeah.
You did it.
Well, yeah. But it looks really cool. I like the way that, normally Splatoon, bright colors, crazy stuff, and then they just kind of just drop you in this subway that's kind of colorless. And I don't know. I like the way that they changed it up to like prove that this is different. This is something new. This is something that we haven't done before. I really like that.
Yep. Did you already buy it, Ryan?
No, not yet.
Okay.
I'm waiting because every once in a while some store will have point cards on sale, so I'm kind of waiting for that.
Okay. You can also use your gold coins, by the way.
My $1.30 worth.
Yes.
WarioWare Gold was how it opened up, and lots of 3DS stuff that I am pleased with for this reason. They're almost all ports or remakes or also on Switch. And it's like, great. That, if 3DS is going to be alive now, that is how it should be. So.
And I agree with that.
Not Detective Pikachu though, which Ryan is going to review for us. You excited for that one?
Yeah, I am excited for that. Especially every time I see trailers for it, there's more of the really dumb humor that comes through, and I really love that. So I'm excited.
It's
Now,
a lot funnier than I thought.
I was gonna say is the voice actor is it just a generic voice actor for the game, and the movie is going to be Ryan Reynolds?
Yes.
Or okay.
Yep.
Because I was like, I'm not catching Ryan Reynolds in the voice, but I could just be not enough of a Ryan Reynolds fan.
Now, Luigi's Mansion I kind of hate because I love this game on GameCube. I even appreciated the Dark Moon sequel on 3DS and thought it was pretty cool. But I really don't like how they are basically putting the original game inside the Dark Moon assets and engine. Because they look different, and I just feel like it's losing some of its character and personality by being made to look just like the sequel. And I think I heard it was Grezzo that's doing this port, and that's who brought us Ocarina of Time and Majora's Mask onto 3DS. But I don't know. Am I the only one that has a problem with game makers doing that?
I never got to play with the original Luigi's Mansion, so I'm excited for it just because of that. I think it's mainly for those people that haven't really played it yet.
And I played it on the GameCube, but I honestly did not notice the difference. That's because it's been a long time since I played it.
Yeah.
And so I didn't notice the difference. So I don't know. To me, it's just kind of a.
Shout out to Butzerman tuning in on Twitch. We got people coming from all over.
Yes.
And
popular stream.
Dynamite likes our mystery voice from heaven.
Yes.
Yes. I like him too. Yeah, I just went back and played some Dark Moon on 3DS. I do really like playing Luigi's Mansion on 3DS. So, like for you, Ryan, someone who hasn't played the original, this is a great opportunity. They're adding in a boss rush mode, and it is a lot shorter than Dark Moon though. So we'll see if you feel like you get your money's worth.
Okay. See, Luigi's Mansion, Dark Moon was one of the few games too where I really thought the 3D popped and looked good. So hopefully that transitions into this remake.
Yeah. We got, of course, more information on Kirby. Simeon, you're the closest person to being interested in a Kirby game, I feel like.
It looks really cool, but I don't know. To me, and maybe this is because I haven't really stayed in the know of Kirby games, is they look good, but it just looks like more Kirby.
Yeah.
Which I would like to play, but it's not one of those ones that I'm really excited to like, oh, I gotta go get it right now. Whereas if it's Mega Man's the same thing over and over again. But Mega Man I'm enough of a fan to be like, oh, I'm really excited for, the next thing coming up.
Okami, I was surprised. It almost got more of a reaction in Simeon's Facebook message to me than Smash Bros. Did.
Yes.
And I'm excited for this one because I never played the original Okami. Simeon has been telling me about it for literally a decade now, so I figure I should give this one a shot.
Yes. This looks great. It looks great, which is great because, on the Wii it looks good. HD is going to be fantastic. 2 ways of controlling it is the best news because I think up to now motion controls have been exclusively Wii. I know that they did the HD remake on PS3
just first. Say PS and on
the PlayStation stuff first, but I don't think that they implemented any motion controls in that. And originally on PS2 it was only controller controls, so having the ability to do both, especially with sometimes the Wii motion pointer thing not working exactly, giving you the option is so sweet, so exciting, and I'm really excited to rebuy this game.
Don't you think that it could possibly even be 3 methods of control? Like they'll just let you dual analog it as well.
What do you mean?
Like maybe you're in handheld mode and you want to do the drawing with your right stick or something like that.
Oh, yeah.
From what I've seen, I think they'll use the gyroscope, like if you're using the Pro Controller. They kind of have a little dot appear on screen, and then you just kind of shift the controller around to do that stuff. Because I think with Captain Toad, that's how they're doing a lot of the gamepad stuff.
Well, I'm really looking forward to it. I hear that it's got a lot in common with Twilight Princess, but of course it has its own very unique story and art style. So that's going to be good.
Yes.
We interrupt this regularly scheduled. Yeah, Reggie told us to do this. Regularly scheduled Nintendo Direct discussion to turn your attention to the Chicken Wiggle Workshop Kickstarter for Nintendo Switch. Not a sponsor at all or anything, but I did back this, and I think it'd be very cool if we got up to the $30,000 goal. That's a small amount to port this game. It can be yours for $15, and it's like Super Mario Maker, but from an indie developer. So check this out. It just started. It smashed the 50% mark of the goal in the first 24 hours, and it's kind of since tapered off. So I just wanted to make sure everybody knew about it.
And this is from the maker of Mutant Muds and Zeo Drifter, Atui.
That's right.
Which we've enjoyed their game so far.
All right.
Sushido looked cool, but...
yeah, information for you guys on that one is the 3DS version is going to be $40, and the Switch one is going to be $50.
That's a $50 game?
Apparently.
I thought that was going to be like a $10 to $20 downloadable game.
No joke.
Right. But you did notice that there is like this whole anime storyline, right? So they're kind of doing it up.
Okay.
Yeah. I mean, it's not for everybody.
No.
It's not for everybody's wallet either, but...
It looks fun, but it's one of those games where it's like,
I'll probably play the demo and then never play it again.
Right.
But hey... I'm sure some people are excited about it.
Yep. Let us know in the chat what your favorite announcement was, besides Smash Bros, of course, as we go through these headlines. I got a little bit less excited for Octopath Traveler now that the jobs aren't like exclusive to characters. You can have 2 jobs on a character, which is kind of weird to me.
It's the old struggle of the RPG is some characters, especially now with dual wielding jobs. I don't know how you whatever that is, dual enrollment. I don't know what to call that.
That's what I put on Glenn's resume. He had me do graphic design, and I said dual wielder.
That's great.
No, I didn't.
Well, that would have been great. But with that, there's just more. It's more likely that some characters are going to fall to the wayside of just, I think with the certain jobs that exclusive to the character, you're going to want to be more well-rounded in each of the characters. Of course, you're going to have your favorites.
Yep.
But yeah,
I thought it was kind of funny that on International Women's Day, they announced a lady whose superpower it is to be able to buy things.
That's pretty great.
That's pretty terrible, but
I think
also great.
the second job mechanic is only for in battle, though. I thought, right?
Yeah. Yep.
Well, that's good at least, because then it's still going to be the story's going to be different for each character.
That's true.
All right, out of these ones on our screen that we're looking at right now, Ryan, which one draws your attention the most? We got the Travis game, Dark Souls, Captain Toad comes out of nowhere, and what was this indie game's name again? Undertale.
What was this indie game's name again?
It doesn't say it.
What? Scott, you are so behind the times. You don't even know what Undertale is, do you?
I take my daily Nintendo of fandom. I don't do my Xbox of fandom or my PlayStation.
Scott, this announcement was one of the biggest points of the Direct.
Well, excuse me, Princess.
Yeah, excuse you. No, Ryan. He asked you what were you excited for? Sorry.
Out of all of these, none of them that are on screen really.
Okay.
I mean, possibly Undertale. Like I've seen a little bit about it, and I know it got like super duper duper hyped on the internet. But other than that, I don't know much. And Captain Toad I already beat on Wii U, so I think it's cool that they're bringing it. But I don't think the few new stages that they're gonna have are enough to get me to buy the whole game again.
Yeah, John Doyle says Crash was one of my first games apart from my uncle's Atari, so he's got the nostalgia factor for sure. Simeon, can you give us the couple sentences on Undertale? So
There's a bunch of dead people, and you can either kill them or have them join your team.
All right.
And
what say you? Right?
Yeah. And also, Scott, you haven't gotten to this point. Scott started watching Doctor Who, but he hasn't gotten to the, hey, who turned out the lights? Which I see and I appreciate.
Really? That was a reference to that?
I don't know if it was, but I take it as a reference to that.
As far as what's on the screen, except for Octopath Traveler, there we go. I was pretty pleased. I've never been interested in Travis Touchdown before, but his game actually looked pretty fun. I liked how crazy the lightsaber swinging is. Excuse me, beam katana. And it can be 2-player and stuff, and then you go into all these different indie games, and I love indies, so I might actually be interested. Yes.
Can we talk really quick, just for a second, about the Dark Souls amiibo?
Yeah, didn't look that good, did it?
It didn't look good, and second of all, the only feature that they talked about is when you tap it, you can do the salute. It's like
that's the worst amiibo.
I am not going to buy an amiibo that looks dumb, and then the only thing that it does is make it go like this.
No, but surely that does something.
I'm sure it does, but they didn't say what it did besides that. They're like,
here's this brutally hard game. We could give you some sort of armor that might help you out, but instead you can just lift your arms to the sky.
Yes.
I mean, there is a chance that Nintendo amiibo can be scanned with this game too. So more amiibo functionality could be announced. I'm excited for Dark Souls. I like hard games, and I'm going to get a chance to try it out along with all you crew because they're doing a network test. Boom! Across the screen network test. I like Simeon's name a lot better. The Global Test Die.
Yes.
And Captain Toad, I share all of Ryan's sentiments. However, this is one of the 5 games that my wife has ever played with me. She reminds me how good of a time we had with it every once in a while. She wants more Captain Toad. So this could be a double dipper, especially because they introduced a girlfriend mode where you can shoot turnips.
Yes.
So this might be one that my wife wants. Is Crash a good series, or is it just for PlayStation fans?
I don't know. I haven't played a Crash game in this millennium, I don't think. No, I take that back. I played like Crash Bash one time.
I know this is a significant moment. It's like when Sonic started partnering up and being on Nintendo platforms, but I'm just wondering, like, does this game deserve to be played by people who've never played it before?
I think they're good. I personally don't care for them, but I see why people enjoy them.
Okay.
Did you see the repost of the old Crash Bandicoot commercial where he's standing outside of Nintendo of America headquarters with a megaphone going, "Hey, plumber boy."
I remember those Crash Bandicoot commercials of the guy in the suit.
Yep, that's what it was.
That's so great.
Okay, and I don't think the rest of these announcements are for us so much. We better scroll back up.
We gotta scroll back up.
Do you have anything you want to touch on before you know what, Ryan?
Oh yeah.
Not really.
Right.
Little Nightmares looks cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, I agree.
I might not mind trying that one. All right. Whew. We made it. Here we are at the one more thing. It was totally Steve Jobs.
Yes. Yes, it was. This is Smash Bros. The announcement. Okay, so we know what? Inklings are going to be in it.
Yep.
We see silhouettes of certain characters that we've already seen before. No new characters besides that.
Well, now, Breath of the Wild Link.
Breath of the Wild Link. That's true. That is true.
I have never searched for a Game Explain video so fast as when I saw those fiery silhouettes.
There are 2 cruces.
What?
Like a crux.
Okay.
But cruces.
Yes.
One, is it a new game, or is it a super updated port?
Ryan, I know you were confused about that as well.
I think it's going to be a new game, but I think they'll keep a lot of the physics and a lot of the back end things from the Wii U one, because that one, it just worked really well. But I think for the most part, it's going to be a new game.
I have a Scott's Thought blog post publishing on twobuttoncrew.com probably Monday, and it's all about Smash Bros. 5, and a small portion of it is why I believe that this is a brand new game. It's got a working title, and if it was a port, I think it would just be Super Smash Bros. For Nintendo Switch, just like the other games, and I think it would probably be purple. The blue and the red combined to make the purple flame or something like that. Mm-hmm. But instead, it's working title. The logo is different. They foregoed, that's a word, right?
No. Yeah, forewent.
They forewent, really?
Yeah, because go, you don't say goad.
Oh, all right.
Forewent.
Forewent. They forewent the normal transition into a Smash Bros. Reveal. Remember it in the whole Wii U era? Yeah, but first it would be shink shink, and then...
Yeah, and then...
So, all at once, shink shink!
Sorry.
Never mind.
Shink shink! No, we gotta do this. We started it...
You're the fire, I'm the shinker.
Okay.
Shink shink! And they didn't do that.
No.
And Hal is working on this game, whereas the other one was Sakurai and Bandai Namco.
Yep.
It just screams different to me. So I think it will be brand new. I think Ryan's right that maybe the engine will stay the same. I mean, they struck an amazing balance developing this game. But come on, they already released Smash Bros. 4 twice. I don't think they're going to try to do it again.
I think another key thing that might point it to being a new game too is they used the original Inklings from Splatoon 1. So that means they had to be developing this version for quite some time, or else they would have used the Splatoon 2 characters.
That's true. Crux number 2. If it is a new game, which I think it is too, you think that they are going to keep the same physics because it is such... Smash Bros. 4 is the best Smash Bros. Game. Brawl is fun. The original is fun. Melee is chaotic, competitive.
Yeah.
I have to wreck my hands in order to be good at this game. 4 was just so perfect. Mm-hmm. I almost hope that they go in a completely different direction with this game.
I think they will.
Completely different. Either that or they keep almost everything the same.
Yeah.
I think if they try and make it more like Melee or more like Brawl or more like anything else, that they're going to do a little bit of failing.
Thierry, what's up? He's just joining us, and you're going to have to go back and see the replay because we had a lot of fun finding our balloon in Luigi's Balloon World. But right now we're talking about Super Smash Bros. 5, which is what we've unanimously determined that this will be. What's that other word I can never get right?
Chronologically.
We unanimously chronologically decided that this is the next chronological advancement of the Smash Bros. Series.
Yes.
But yeah, it's got to be different because one of the huge things that, if you watch the Nintendo New York live reaction, it's always fun. But there was one for just the Smash Bros. Logo, and there was a second for 2018.
Yes.
Which is amazing.
Yeah.
And it does lead me to believe that, it's not going to be a brand new Smash Bros. Of the caliber and scope that Smash Bros. 4 launched with. I think that they are absolutely timing this with the September paid online service.
Yep.
Smash Bros. Has to launch alongside it, sell the service to us, and we could have 25 characters to start out with. And they could just keep the hype train going for the next 2 years. Smash Bros. As a service is what my blog post is called, and I think that's probably the direction they're going to go in. Mm-hmm. And Ryan, you've been playing a lot of Overwatch, right? So could you see a world where Nintendo sells access and updates to Smash Bros. Along those lines?
You mean aside from the paid online?
Maybe, but I just mean kind of a gradual rollout of the characters and stuff like that.
Oh, that would be awesome. Yeah, because especially, the way Overwatch does it, all of them are free. All of the characters. You don't pay for anything. There's no paid DLC. So I don't know if Nintendo would go that far, but
Gotcha.
I could see them giving out some free characters and then selling others.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They might give away returning characters and sell brand new characters, except for like the Inklings, which I think they'll just launch with.
Oh yeah, I'm sure.
But yeah, and another such a surprising thing about this announcement is like you would never expect a sequel like Smash Bros. To come in a March Nintendo Direct. Like that is an E3 caliber announcement.
Seriously.
That just means that they're going to show it off at E3, like playable.
Exactly. Yep. I'm pretty sure I know why this move was done. Ask me why.
Why?
Because I believe that Super Smash Bros. Will be the booth of Nintendo. And booth decorations and all those statues, those are impossible to hide. They leak every year.
Yep.
I walked through the show floor of PAX when it was closed, and you can see that video on our Facebook page. And I got to check out all the booths, including Nintendo's. So, like, it would always leak, which is why now they're headlining E3 games we know about beforehand. Breath of the Wild we knew about before it. Super Mario Odyssey we knew about before it. So it's no secret when everything was totally decked out in that. And I think it's going to be Smash Bros. Style galore at E3. I think it'll be playable. I think it will launch in September in a smaller scope, which is great because
that's fine.
Like we're used to Smash Bros. Games getting delayed and delayed and delayed. And I was so skeptical of the 2018 thing. I'm like, this is too good to be true. But I think Sakurai's on a very strict deadline because of the Nintendo Online service, which, by the way, has kind of been delayed, and that might be due to Smash Bros.
Probably. I would not be surprised.
I think they want another system seller for the next holiday season too, and Smash Bros is definitely that, because I've already had two guys that I work with that are like, man, I really like the Switch, and I want to play Mario Odyssey and I want to play Breath of the Wild, but I don't want to jump in yet. And as soon as I was like, hey, they announced Smash Bros, they're like, crap, now I got to buy one.
Yeah.
So, this is good. Inklings were a Mii costume, correct?
Yep.
So here's to more Mii costumes like
Yeah,
Gino and Dark Samus.
Yes.
No, wait, sorry, that was an assist trophy, but that'd be great as well. Yeah. So the hype train for Smash Bros. Officially begins again. It was a Nintendo fan's dream come true.
So here's the one question we have to ask every time they announce a new Smash Bros. What's one character that you hope they bring over this time around?
I'm kind of begging for the same ones that I did in the lead up to Smash 4, so now you're making me pick between them, and that's Dark Samus and Girahim. I feel like the Smash Bros. Series is kind of short on villains, and those are both excellent villains. I'd probably go with Dark Samus. There's enough sword fighters in the roster, or there was. I don't know what the roster is anymore. But I think Dark Samus could have a very unique moveset with Phazon. You could potentially ink the turf with Phazon, not unlike the Splatoon characters, probably will. And maybe Splatoon characters will slow their opponent down, whereas Dark Samus could do little bits of damage with Phazon.
Oh, I thought you were going to say slick it up in Portal.
Right.
That would stink so bad.
So, Dark Samus is my pick.
My pick might actually surprise you. If I say Gino, that is one character. Nothing is connected to him except maybe Mallow, and Mallow's like, okay, that'd be cool. I'm gonna pick Shovel Knight because I think he is the perfect fit for a new Smash Bros. Game. Perfect fit for a new direction for Smash Bros. And with him, I mean, we already have Spectre Knight, which you can control, and Splody Things Knight, Plague Knight, who is great as well, and all of them would fit perfectly in Smash Bros. So if I say Shovel Knight, maybe the other ones would follow.
I'm still convinced Shovel Knight won that Smash vote thing, but they couldn't implement him, so they went with Bayonetta.
I think actually Goku won, or Shrek.
Well, that's valid point.
I don't know why they couldn't, though, because Yacht Club Games is so welcoming to collaborations, even with other indie developers. Like in Mutant Mudds Deluxe, you can play a Shovel Knight. It's great.
I think they wanted to push Bayonetta too, though, because now that's their franchise.
I'm sure. And I like this line of thought, Simeon. Like, if they started partnering with indies more, if an indie game launched first on Switch, maybe, and the Smash Bros. Character came out the same day, and all the excellent cross-promotion potential that would come with that. I really like that idea.
Yep.
That Spectre of Torment DLC was launch day on Switch.
Yes. And Thierry says tingle, so I think we have to hire a hitman and go take care of him.
Yeah, that's crossed the line. That was crossed the line, Thierry. That's it.
Yes. And what's your pick, Ryan?
Everyone better check their watch and see what time it is. Because it's Waluigi time.
Yeah, wow.
It's his time. He needs to bust out of that assist trophy and hit the main stage already.
I hope that's how they do it.
He breaks out of the assist trophy.
Yeah, he breaks out of the assist trophy and he becomes the character.
Do you think he should have his tennis aces hairdo and tennis racket and stuff?
I think he shouldn't have any specific sports thing. I think that should be his different attacks because all he was basically in are sports games and party games. He could use that stuff as his attacks.
Awesome. I love it. I cannot wait for September. I mean, I wouldn't be surprised. It could get delayed until their Black Friday time slot or whatever.
Right.
But I've just been burned by so many delays in the past. But I truly believe they're putting the pressure on to get this game out this year.
Yeah.
It's going to be the headliner for this year. So, man, it's awesome. As our Splatoon resident fan, would you say those characters are more recognizable than the sequels, Girl and Boy Inkling?
Well, I think they'd be just as recognizable, really. I mean, when you look at them, you can basically tell, like, oh, Inkling.
Okay, maybe they'll be the other costumes.
Could be.
That could be.
All right.
Very possible.
You were going to take us in for a landing?
Yes. This Direct, I mean, it's kind of random, honestly. Just a bunch of random jumbled pieces.
Yeah.
This Direct convinced me that Switch is going to be the best console ever. Like, I've already been thinking that it's headed in that direction.
Right.
This Direct has basically, like, boom, it is. It's going to be, especially if they announce Virtual Console at some point, it will be Nintendo's definitive console ever. Like, I don't know. There's just, everything is pointing to Switch being the best. The indies are on board. Even, like, Crash Bandicoot. Who'd have thunk?
I'm making myself wear Cappy.
I like that. Anyways, the Switch is the best. Switch is the best. It will be, and I'm just convinced of that.
Yep. Looks like John Doyle's got the last word. He says he's glad that the Wii U games are being ported because he didn't buy very many of them. And that's the story for a lot of people. I think it's smart, the ones that they're bringing both to Switch and 3DS. They're really leveraging that install base that 3DS has, but also letting those of us who have moved on keep pressing forward. So here's to the next 3 months of gaming. Labo is also on the way, which we didn't get a little reminder about. We are going to be fairly busy with third-party games on the lead up to E3. So
many games.
I can't wait.
So many games.
I feel sorry for the people that didn't get to play those Wii U games because their wallet is going to be very hurting right now. Where at least I'm like, you know what? I already played that game. I'm good.
Right. Yep. I am totally there with you. Well, thank you for joining us and volunteering your expert opinion, Mr. Ryan.
Oh, you're very welcome. Glad to be here. Thanks for having me.
Absolutely.
Thanks for watching, and thanks for being a part of the crew.
Don't forget to leave your comments. You guys have been great in the comments section today, live. And even if you're not watching live, if you're watching this back, leave your comments. We see them. We read them. We sometimes respond to them. We usually like them, unless you say, it has a big butt and is mad of poo. As long as you don't say that, then you're great.
What is that?
I'll tell you in the break. It's something from past stuff that we've dealt with.
I like how you were like, we usually give you a thumbs up, and then you hold up your mangled hand.
My hand just started bleeding randomly yesterday, so that's what that is. Nobody has been concerned about me apparently because I've been wearing this Band-Aid the whole time and nobody's said anything.
Thanks for watching. Thanks for being a part of the crew. We will see you in the next video.
Signing off.